It feels like we're working for nothing, and nothing makes sense anymore. As someone who's been one of the most driven, most inspired, passionate people I know for most of my life, I thought I'd be the last person to be making this video. It was always my theory that I'd work until I died because I always had work I loved doing. I've always had my own businesses and ventures since I was a teenager, and there was always opportunity to create something new, to take a step further with my creativity. But suddenly, it doesn't feel that way anymore. Something has shifted over the last few years, and I know I'm not the only one that feels it. Society isn't what it used to be. Institutions aren't what they used to be. The financial, housing, and every other system aren't what they used to be. The 9-to-5 dream was appealing when it meant you could actually provide a life for yourself. Working 40 to 50 hours per week is worth it if the other side of the coin is your own little paradise and a shot at freedom. But what happens when you work your whole life and still can't change your external circumstances? The system breaks. It's ridiculous at this point. I mean, for context, you have people busting their asses working 40 or 50 hours a week and barely able to make rent. Then you have 18-year-old kids making $100,000 per month off Snapchat or YouTube or TikTok or any of the 100 other ways kids make money today. I even have a few YouTube channels myself, and they pay almost as much as a lot of 9-to-5s do, and that's with me being lazy and coasting. I like making videos for fun, so I do. But even if you look at this industry, AI and tech will eventually neutralize it too. It won't be long before you can click one button and generate entire YouTube videos, apps, websites from scratch. I mean, with things like Claude, you can almost already do it. So what's the point of creating anything then? The regular jobs are priced out of the market, the tech world is competing with AI, or the person who's willing to sleep the least hours to make something work. 9-to-5ers are barely able to get by. Even middle-class, six-figure households are barely left with anything after taxes and expenses. So let me get this straight. Getting a job doesn't work. So you try and start a business. Turns out, after taxes and expenses, that doesn't work either, unless you choose to work 70 hours a week and make a few $1 million per year. Otherwise, you're stuck on the hamster wheel of running a small business, paying half your profit in taxes, paying employees, inflated expenses due to the market, paying yourself after that, getting taxed on that too, and then taxed again when you spend money. So nothing works. You're screwed no matter what. You either stay broke and miserable, or try and go for a moonshot and make a few $1 million. Nothing else works. That's the society we live in, guys. Why are we killing ourselves working these jobs, doing things we don't want to be doing, when none of it works anyways? I mean, on top of the dollar spending power going down, we're taxed to death, and then taxed again when we spend our money. The roads still have potholes in them. The public service still sucks. Nothing works well. None of it makes any sense at all. Well, here's the thing. The reason it doesn't make sense is because we're on the cusp of a massive shift in our evolution. We're leveling up, whatever that means, technologically, and nothing will look the same 10 or 15 years from now. We're in the turbulent takeoff stage, so it's weird, but here's the thing, it doesn't get less weird. It gets even weirder. When you look at the future, the current way we spend our lives makes even less sense. Unless we blow ourselves up, I genuinely believe that technology will accelerate to a point where all of our basic needs will be taken care of in the next 10 to 15 years. These AI and tech companies we see today, they are only babies right now. In 20 years, they will be 100x or 1,000x the size they are now. That means that generally society will get richer too. The poorest person in America or in the Western world today will live like a six-figure middle-class person does today. Food will be taken care of, rent will be taken care of, our health systems will improve, yet we're still living in our day-to-day life like this isn't a reality. You may not agree, but it's my take, as someone who's been in the internet, tech, business world for 10 years, that this seems like the inevitable future of humanity, whether it's 10 years or 20 or 30. So if that is the case, then we are spending 85% of our waking hours today doing something that won't even be relevant 10 years from now. With the limited time we have here, why are we still doing this? The way we are running society is insane. This is my personal opinion. We live in a society that's based on producing and exchange, so we produce and produce and produce, but how much of it is really needed? I mean, do we really need another real estate agent, or course seller, or more TikTok slop, or more OnlyFans models, or more fast food restaurants, or more brain rot YouTubers who talk about nothing relevant or real in society? Producing is a great thing when it's necessary and you're creating value. When you are producing just to produce, it defeats the entire purpose. The problem is, it's still rewarded. That's why all you see today is slop, all over social media, all over Netflix, products in the stores, food, everything. Because people are producing just to produce, not to produce anything of value. Society has become a game of push this button, and the harder you press, the more coins fall out the other side. You're just pushing shit out in hopes of getting a few dimes back. No wonder our world is so filled with bullshit. And then, the roles that are important, necessary, and valuable are underpaid and undervalued. What's the point? Are we all going insane? This is what we're doing? This is what we call normal? Everyone's so lost in the day-to-day scurry of life that they don't even realize how absurd it all is. And I'm done. At this point, society is in a free-fall. You can't trust the government, the institutions, the education system, the banks, anyone or anything. And if you don't recognize this, recognize the trap that it all is, you'll get stuck in it. And when you finally realize how much of a trap it is, when you're 30, 45, 60, and still working like a slave, it'll already be too late. The thing about this world is, nobody actually cares about you. They care about what you do for them. The school system and recruiters and CEOs will tell you to live your life a certain way so that they can get a new top performer at their company by the time you graduate. They don't care how you feel, or if you are fulfilled, or if you have a health issue, or if your dad just died, or if you can even afford to live with the salary they pay. If you can't work, they'll hire the next person. They'll work you into the ground if you let them. They'll pay you crumbs if you let them. They don't care. So you have to care for yourself. You're the only one that can do that, and do what's best for you. And that's where I'm at. Whether it's the person making $60K per year or the person trying to work their way up a corporate job making $120K per year. That person with a six-figure job you envy, their life is filled with stress and anxiety, and their schedule is so packed, the last time they had a day to themselves was 2017. I would rather be poor than have that life. That's not the way humans were supposed to live. It's the way modern society has forced us into. The sad truth is, the only people who are really free in this society are people with nothing and people with so much money that they can do nothing. Everyone else is on a hamster wheel until death. The sooner we all realize this, the sooner we can change.